Game two, however, unless you had more to talk about with game one,
No, I'm good
we
with
probably
game one.
exhausted that. Game two might be more to your liking. Speaking of Sox killers, Dylan Cease, or speaking of Tigers killers, Dylan Cease taking the mound.
Luigi sees
My God.
that
Okay,
stash is great.
I've been looking forward to this because you and I had a bizarre text chain going Saturday night. Dylan Cease is now 9-0
Yes, thank you.
with a 2.08 ERA against the Tigers in his
Yeah.
career, and somehow we were in a debate on text over what is record. How I didn't fully understand what happened, but I
Okay,
feel like we
so
were looking at two different realities.
yeah, so baseball prospectus, I came to the realization, and guys, we don't have a hired we don't have statisticians to give us the stats here. We're on our own.
A-hole stats
So
and ink.
yeah, we do this because we love it. And
Not because we're good at it either.
no, yeah, maybe not. Sometimes we are, but I'm on baseball prospectus and I click on expanded statistics versus teams. And what comes up for the first 3 hours of that day leading into our texting, the 3 hours leading into our texting, as I refreshed even, was Dylan Cease was 11-0 with a 1.82 ERA against the Tigers going into that game. So he's going to be 12-0 when he left the game. And Smitty says,
and you sent me the screenshot, and I'm like, I don't think you would Photoshop this just to fuck with me over a text debate.
No. I mean, I was like,
that would seem insane. Actually, I'd be a little worried about you.
Yeah. So what I came to the realization of as I closed it down and then relaunched it.
I knew he had 22. I knew he had 22 career wins, so half of them came against the Tigers.
That's when it started to go off the rails for me. When you said the only other teams he beat
in the AL were like Cleveland and Baltimore. He had never beaten anybody else. And I was
like, well, no, that's not right.
Yeah, and so you wrote, hold please.
Yeah, I'm like, hold please. So then I shut it down and I reloaded, and then the stats loaded completely different. Now, baseball prospectus is
respected.
Nerds started baseball prospectus. Not baseball prospectus, I'm sorry. Baseball reference.
See, I'm always on baseball reference, so that's why I didn't know if you were on baseball prospectus.
I was on baseball reference. But it's only as good as if the link is, if the data is not pulling correctly from all the information they have in the servers, then we're not going to get the right information. And something must have been janky in the early part of the day because it was pulling that he had 11 wins. Well, it was later corrected, and finally, I said to Smitty, I'm like, I'm really sorry, dude. It is. It's 9-0.
I'm like, so sorry.
Well, no, I just felt like it was just such a weird conversation because I'm like, what am I looking at?
I mean, yeah, you just had bad data. Well, then you were questioning everything. I was like, that's such.
I am questioning everything because now I wonder, like, does it could randomly pull bad data anytime I go on there and look.
That is
I think I'm just gonna kind of
good philosophy in life is to question everything. So
yeah, so
I think maybe you learned a valuable lesson on
Saturday. But I was thinking maybe perhaps they had foreshadowed to the end of this season, 11-0 with a 1.82. But
well played, sir.
Anyway, Cease with his sweet mustache continued his domination over the Tigers.
I forgot about the mustache. Yeah, I thought he looked like maybe Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that. He could be one of the Mario brothers, perhaps, just a skinnier version.
I think it's a hipster mustache, though.
Yeah, he's right in the wheelhouse there. So,
well, whatever it was, he still completely dominates the Tigers in depressing fashion.
Yeah, Luis Robert. Eloy Jimenez has not been hitting home runs, but driving in RBIs. He's got 6 over 4 games. So, yeah, the offense, which is what they really kind of need now with how it's like the opposite of last year. They needed great pitching to survive the offensive injuries. Now they need offensive production to survive the pitching injuries.
Cole Media.